I've had a few people ask me how to find your own answers, so I thought I'd make a quick video and let you know. How do you actively go find those answers? Well, you have to get still. I don't mean motionless here. I mean get your mind still. Most of us live with a lot of noise in our head from both external sources and internal ones. Any other list makers out there? I know you've heard the phrase, I can't hear myself think. That's what I'm talking about here. We have to get that noise to quiet down so that we can hear our still small voice inside. That is where we find our answers. There are probably an infinite number of tools out there to help you get still, but for the sake of your attention and my ability to go on for hours on this topic, we'll just talk about three fairly simple tools. Probably the easiest way to get still is by focusing on the breath. Breathing deeply for even a short time calms the nervous system. It quiets your mind and it brings you to stillness. If you're someone who thinks you can multitask, by the way, that's not a real thing, or counting breath doesn't give you enough to do, try thinking. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Another way to get still that is pretty simple is to walk barefoot. This is probably my favorite way to get still. I try to do this every single day, and I like to use different surfaces. My preference is to walk outside in the grass, the sand, the dirt, or even the mud. I've even hiked down a rocky, dry arroyo in New Mexico. The experience makes you slow down. I mean, you have to pay attention to where you're putting your feet. This brings you present very, very quickly. So you are in the now and getting still, even while walking. The last tool that we'll talk about today is one that I use before I host a call, attend a yoga class, or even sit down to make this video. I ask myself, how am I feeling? Then I pay attention to how my body is feeling. I notice where I'm tight and I try to release those areas, where I'm sore and breathe into that stiffness that can be there, and how I'm breathing. If my breath is shallow, I slow it down using another tool that we'll talk about another day. I also think about how I'm feeling mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. No matter which one of these practices you use, you can't help but become more still. That's where the magic comes in, and it's where you will find your answers. Let me know which practices you try, which ones worked, and which ones didn't. We're all different people, so what works for me may not work for you. That's okay. We're supposed to be different. The important thing is to remember that we can all find tools that will help us move into stillness and find our own answers within.